as we concluded Simchat Torah and all the holidays, and we finished the whole Torah, we start over from Bereshit. But it doesn't just mean that life goes back to normal after the holidays are over. It doesn't mean now just forget about the holidays, nothing special, just next year and whatever. Now back to normal, nothing's changed. Go back to what it was before. That's not what it's supposed to be. It's not right. Even though we are not in these holidays anymore, they're not coming up anymore. We finished all the holidays from Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Shemini Aseret, Simchat Torah. All these holidays, all coming up in a row. It doesn't matter whether we think, oh, it doesn't matter. These holidays are already in the past. Now it's back to normal. My life's back to normal. And just because the holidays already passed doesn't mean you can't talk about them. And besides, you could know things about the holiday for next year too. Obviously, we might not remember them, but at least it's good to know. And then after we discuss a bit about the holidays, Vezat Hashem, talk a little bit about Parasha. So, we started off the holidays with Rosh Hashanah, the beginning of Tishrei, and we got to the new year, 5779. Now, if you were to go and ask most people, what is Rosh Hashanah? They'll tell you it's the New Year's. You'll tell them, okay, fine, New Year's. But what happens during this time? They'll tell you, oh, you get beracha, you get blessings, you get you get a good year. Dip the apple in the honey. And then you ask them, what else? What does that mean? How do you get this blessing for the whole year? And they tell you, what do you mean? Unfortunately, most Jews are like this. They don't know what the purpose of Rosh Hashanah is, what goes on Rosh Hashanah. They just think, oh, New Year, and we get beracha and we get blessings. It's not so simple. You don't just get what you want. 1, 2, 3. Things don't just come to you. It's not like, oh, you go, you do nothing and you're getting money. It's not. Life doesn't work like that. You have to work. You have to earn it. If you don't earn it, you're not gonna get anything. So, Rosh Hashanah, we also have to earn our good year. We don't just get a good year for no reason. You could be whoever you want. Be the biggest loser or be the biggest rabbi. Just because you're the biggest rabbi doesn't mean for sure you're getting a good year. Everyone has a different level. Some people, they don't do that good, but they're trying. They can get a good year. But just because you're someone who's in the shul all day, you're learning, you're in yeshiva, it doesn't mean that you're going to get the good year. You have to work for it. Now, the obvious question is, why did Hashem make the world like this? Why do we always have to work to get things? I thought Hashem loves to give. But why does he have to make us work for it? And the answer is, when we always work, we're doing something, we accomplish something, we worked hard on it, when we get the reward, it feels much, much better. You feel like you accomplished something. The harder you worked for it, the more you feel, the more you actually enjoy the reward. Why? You worked hard for it. If you just get it for free, someone goes to you and gives you $1 billion, you'll be very thankful, but you're not gonna enjoy it so much. Why not? Because you didn't work for it. You just got 1, 2, 3. This is how Hashem made the world. That whenever we work, we enjoy it more. And it also applies here too. Rosh Hashanah. We have to work for the good year. Now really, on Rosh Hashanah, we should take every single opportunity we have. Because this basically determines the rest of the year. We have 2 days of Rosh Hashanah. All we have to do is just be good for 2 days. I don't know, learn Torah, do something good. And basically your whole year is determined like that. It's like you get a discount, free discount. You get one, you get 365. Or whatever, 354, because it's the Hebrew calendar, but it doesn't matter. It's like you're getting so much for just a little bit of time. Really, we should all take the opportunity on Rosh Hashanah to do whatever we can. Whether it's learning, whether it's helping people out, whether it's praying, at least be better than your usual self. Why? Because you're not gonna regret what happens if you do so. Rosh Hashanah is of course the judgment day. We get judged. It can go good or bad, and it all depends on us. It doesn't depend on our friends, our neighbors, our family. It's only us alone. If someone helps you, that's a different story. If someone goes, he helps you, and because of him, he pushed you to become religious, or he pushed you to learn today, then it's a different story. Then of course it doesn't mean that it's not gonna go to you because he's the one who did it for you. It doesn't work like that. So basically, Rosh Hashanah, we're supposed to take every single opportunity we have. We get so much for such a little time. How it can go in 2 different ways. Depends on you. If you're not doing what you're supposed to on Rosh Hashanah, what happens? Then your whole year goes bad, and then you regret it. It could go 2 different ways. That's why this day is so important. And this is why many people on Rosh Hashanah, especially rabbis, what they do on Rosh Hashanah is they're not learning Torah. What are they doing? They're reading Tehillim. Why are they reading Tehillim? What's special about Tehillim? What happened? When you learn Torah, a lot of times you're learning something and you're thinking about something, say, where does it say this? Then you have to look for the book to see where it's located at, to find the source, the Mikor. And we're already wasting time just looking for the book. Rosh Hashanah, we shouldn't waste not a second. And this is why on Rosh Hashanah we're supposed to stay up. We're not supposed to sleep on Rosh Hashanah. We're supposed to be up the whole night, learning, whatever. This is how important Rosh Hashanah is. People, not everyone understands that. Some people just take it as a regular day. Okay, fine, just Rosh Hashanah, I'm done. But it's not like that. Because whenever they lose all their money, they're suffering through pain, whatever, it's all their fault at the end of the day. Just for being foolish for one day. We see Rosh Hashanah is not something to, it's not something you could joke around with. And of course also we blow the shofar and everything. And yeah, that's basically Rosh Hashanah. Overall what we do. We're praying, we're learning, and yeah, that's basically Rosh Hashanah. Now we moved on to the next holiday, Yom Kippur, which came 9 days after Rosh Hashanah. Now Yom Kippur is a different day than the rest of the days. Why? It's a day where it's our final opportunity to ask for forgiveness. It's not a day, okay, we fast, we pray the whole day, and we're done. And we also don't wear leather shoes. Now, you might be wondering, why do we always have to fast? Why do we always have to wear these leather shoes? What's the point of this? You might just say, this is what you have to do. You do what you have to do. So, what happens? And because of this, people often make a big mistake. They make a very big mistake. Not supposed to say this really, but they say, let's say it's Yom Kippur here. Before Yom Kippur, what they tell you? Have an easy fast. Now what's wrong with that? Well, it's good, no, to have an easy fast. Not struggling, nothing, you'll be fine. Talking like that means that you're missing the whole point of fasting. The reason we fast is not just because we have to fast or it's just obligation. We have a reason for it. What's that reason? That we actually feel the pain. We feel what it's like. Be hungry. We show Hashem how depressed we are, how sorry we are. We're not just we're fasting, we're waiting for the food. Come on, I want the food already. Your head's spinning after it's already 12 o'clock 12 o'clock. Once it's 12 o'clock the next day, you're already going crazy. You need food. In fact, that's the proof that the Satan actually exists and he actually does stuff to us. He always makes us do the wrong. How come? If you go on a day, let's say you're fasting, let's say Tani Teser or something. You're fasting. Okay, fast. After a bit of time, you're already going crazy. You want to eat so badly. Oh, come on. And you're waiting, so every second you're waiting to, you're waiting to eat. You want to eat so badly, you just want to run home or something to eat. What happens once shul finishes? You're talking to your friend for half an hour. You forgot all about it. Why does this happen? It's pretty obvious. The Satan wants us to break the fast. Pretty obvious. That's exactly why we have to be extra careful on these things, because we could always fall into his trap. But that's not the point. We see that he just makes it at that time. Whenever you have something you're not allowed to do, you always want to do it. And that can't be a coincidence. Whether the Torah says, oh, you can't, you have to put on tefillin. No, today I don't want to put on tefillin. If you had no obligation, you'd be fine with it. If you didn't have to do it, you wouldn't have that desire not to do it. But now that you have to do it, you always don't want to do it. And this is how life works. We have to always be careful also sometimes. The way the Satan works is that he's a genius in how he plans his things. He doesn't just go 1, 2, 3. If the Satan will tell you, oh, you're let's say you're a very religious guy, you came back from shul. Now you're passing by McDonald's or something. The Satan telling you, go in McDonald's. What would you say? Of course not, you crazy? So, how does the Satan do it? He's not that stupid. He does it in a slow way. How does he do it? He starts off, first, you start learning less, and then you start, praying less, and then you start, and you used to be very, you used to always keep halal sha'el, then you said, no, it's okay, just 1 time, then 2 times, and then you always do it. Now no more halal sha'el, until finally you go to non-kosher. That's how he works. He does it slowly, but slowly, step by step. That's the only way to build, and that's the only way to demolish ourselves. You can't just take a whole tower, very strong, and knock it down just easily, 1, 2, 3. You have to take down piece by piece. It's not so simple. It's not something very weak. Just knock it down. Simple. It's not like that. You have to build slowly. And that's how life works. You want to become, if you're working on something, you do it slowly but slowly. If you do it 1, 2, 3 all the way, very fast, you want to jump to the highest level, you collapse back to where you were. If not, you collapse even further to a deeper, worse level than you were before you started the process. And that's the mistake people make. People want to become religious, they jump too high, and then they just collapse. This is why that's how sometimes we get fooled. But anyways, Yom Kippur, you might just say, oh, Yom Kippur, you just fast, you're in shul the whole day, and you really don't have much time to do anything else. Really, you have like that hour break, you finish Shachrit and Musaf at like 3 o'clock, and then you have like your hour break, you go back to Minhane, Ilan, Arbit, and that basically does the whole holiday. And of course, before Yom Kippur, we know, Erev Yom Kippur, there's a mitzvah to eat. Now it's a machloket whether it's a mitzvah to eat derabanan or it's deoraita. Shulchan Aruch says that really it's derabanan, but Ramban says, I think Ramban says that it's deoraita. So basically, why do we have this? Why do we have to eat? Why is it mitzvah to eat before Yom Kippur? Why? What's so special? Oh, it's Yom Kippur. It's a fast. Of course, someone's gonna eat before a fast. Why wouldn't he? Unless if you're a guy you never knew it was a fast. Why is it a mitzvah to eat on Erev Yom Kippur? There's a couple of reasons, really. But I'll just give like a general answer. The answer is, every Yom Tov, like example like Shabbat or Rosh Hashanah, we always have seudot. You're supposed to have seudot. You're supposed to eat, Shabbat, for example, seudah shlisir or something like that. That's a seudah. On Yom Tov, we're supposed to have seudot. But on Yom Kippur, we can't have a seudah. Why? We're fasting. How can we have a seudah? So, we push it back a day, and that's considered our seudah. Now, why don't we push it the day after? Why do we do it the day before? What's so special? Why can't we? Who said it's before? Why not after? It's pretty obvious. It's because Yom Kippur already passed. Could you prepare for Shabbat after it? Let's say it's Mosei Shabbat. Now you're gonna prepare for Shabbat? Oh, I'm gonna take a shower for Shabbat? No, that's not how it works. The same here. You can't prepare for Yom Kippur after Yom Kippur already ended. It doesn't make sense. So, this is why we have it's a mitzvah to eat. And Ramban says that the Torah, when it mentions it, it's as if if you eat extra on Erev Yom Kippur, it's as if you're fasting 2 times. 2 times. Why? Because you're preparing for Yom Kippur. But it's not just 2 in all. You're fasting 2 times plus the other fast. So think about that. You're fasting 3 times basically. And think about that. That's a lot. And if you think about that, you'll say, wow, this must mean it's much better like that. Just eat. And everyone likes to eat. So it's just simple, you just eat. Yeah, so Yom Kippur just overall it's a day to Teshuvah. It's not a day like we really don't have much time because we're praying the whole day. Yeah, and that's basically Yom Kippur. And of course at the end we do the long teruah gadol, and we blow the shofar, of course. Why do we blow the shofar? The end, because it's the conclusion of all the times of forgiveness. We're done. So that's basically Yom Kippur. Now the next holiday, which is more recent, is Sukkot. Now Sukkot, of course, the main thing we know about Sukkot is that we have to sin in Sukkah. Okay, we sin in Sukkah. But why do we sin in Sukkah? What's so good about Sukkah? What does it show? Well, now all of a sudden it's just Sukkot. We have to sit outside in some temporary house with schach on top. What is this? Why do we do it? What does this show? And the answer is, when we were leaving Mitzrayim, there was always these clouds above us protecting us from all weather. If it would rain, it wouldn't rain because of the clouds. If it was sunny, the clouds blocked it. Now back then, they didn't really have shoes like us today. Some of them went barefoot. or they had those sandals or something. And what would happen if you were, let's say you were walking barefoot in the streets and it was a hot day, the sun is out. What happened to your feet? You start burning. It's very hot. And that would be a big problem for them. So the clouds would prevent that from happening. And the sun wouldn't, they wouldn't have to suffer because it's very hot. Their feet are burning. That's what the cloud did. The clouds of glory protected them from any bad weather. That's exactly why we do it. Now, what do you think the main thing about the sukkah is? The walls, the height, the width of the sukkah. What's the main thing about the sukkah? What's the main thing? The answer is the schach. Out of everything, schach. Why? What's so good about the schach? Why schach? And the answer is because schach represents those clouds that protected us. And that's exactly why whenever the halacha is that you have to make sure that the schach, when you're covering the sukkah, has to be more shady than sunny. Well, keep in mind, it has to come from the schach. It can't come from the walls. It can't come from something else. It has to come from the schach. If I were to build a house for someone, tell them, here, this is your house. You don't use it. What's the purpose of the house? What are you doing with it? Nothing. In that case, what's the purpose of the schach? And plus, that's the main thing about the sukkah. What's the purpose of it if you're just using something else? You're not even using it. So, this is what the schach's purpose is, and this is why that's why we always have to be in the sukkah. It's a temporary dwelling place or out of our house. But of course, there's a couple of exceptions. Like, let's say it's raining, it's very cold, very hot, doesn't smell good. Those, of course, are exceptions. Now, the goyim, in the Gemara says that the goyim, they're complaining, like, oh, why Hashem, why don't you give us, why don't you give us mitzvah to do? Why not? I'll show you. Just give us any mitzvah, we'll do it. So Hashem gave them the mitzvah of sukkah, to sit in sukkah. So, what happened? Hashem made it a very hot day, sunny day. Very hot. They're sitting in the sukkah, they're sweating, very hot. They can't breathe. They get out of the sukkah. They say, what is this? They kick it and go back to the regular house. Now, what do you think was wrong with that? What did they do wrong? What? The halacha is that if it's very sunny, if it's raining, you're not allowed to be in a sukkah. It's asur. Don't think, oh, it's much better to be sukkah that way. Why? Because you're going to say, oh, there's a concept in the Torah that if one who sacrifices more to do a mitzvah gets a much greater reward. This case doesn't apply. Why? Because the Torah says that you have to enjoy in the sukkah. You have to be happy. If you don't enjoy, if you're suffering, that's not called enjoying. That's going against the Torah. So it's not only is it not allowed, it's a sin. You're going against the Torah by doing that. So I don't see anything that they did wrong. What did they do wrong? That's the halakha. They didn't do anything wrong. It was very sunny. They couldn't do anything about it. They went back to their houses. The answer is, we have to look at how they reacted when this happened. When you look at the Jews, at least the religious ones, what happens if they're coming back from our beat at night, they want us in the sukkah, it's raining outside. They'll say to Hashem, we're waiting once a year, you don't have much of a chance to sit in the sukkah, but unfortunately it's raining. It's very sad, I'm not allowed to go in sukkah, I wish it wasn't raining, why does it have to be like this? I really wish it wasn't like this. I wanted to sit in the sukkah, but we can't, That's how the Jews do it. They want to perform mitzvah sukkah. They're upset that they're not able to perform it. On the other hand, what do the goyim do? The goyim, okay, just because they kicked the sukkah, what does that mean? Okay, they kick it, okay. That's not really the big problem. The big problem is, what happened? What they say? They're like, wow, Baruch Hashem. Now I can go back to my regular $1 billion house, my mansion. I don't have to live in this piece of dump. I don't have to live here. I go back to my $1 billion mansion. I live and it's much better, air conditioned and everything, much more comfortable instead of living outside with all bugs, all these things. And that's exactly why. That's exactly what they did wrong. Instead of being upset, they were actually happy. It's like someone who's asked to he's being asked to get $1 billion. You give him a lot of money, but he has to work for it. So I say, okay, I'll hire me, please. He says, please hire me. He says, fine, I'll hire you. He makes his work very difficult. And he said, come on, I can't do this. Too hard, too sweaty and whatever. I'm done, I'm leaving. So what happens? He says, wow, good thing I don't have to work. I don't have to get this money. It doesn't really, make sense to do such a thing. That's basically what they did. The goyim did. That's exactly their mistake. But anyways, this is basically why we sit in sukkah. We have to make sure, sukkah is something very important. Now, if you think about it, the sukkah, when did this event take place at? When did the clouds of glory, when did this all happen? It's Yat Mitzrayim, when they were leaving Mitzrayim. In that case, why are we celebrating it all the way into Tishrei? What is it doing in Tishrei? Even though, if we know that on Pesach, this has to be connected to Pesach. Why? Because it happened at the same time. And since it's all the way at a different time from Pesach, why are we celebrating all in the middle of the winter? Why not all the way back by Pesach? What we should be doing is eating matzah in the sukkah. Why don't we do that? It makes much more sense, because you're supposed to celebrate the holidays when they happen, no? And the answer is that we're showing Hashem, even though we really can't, even though we can't, whatever, even though it's in a different time, we'll still be able to do it. It doesn't have to be in the spring. We're not picky on it. It's not like that. No matter when the time is, doesn't mean we're not supposed to do it. And that's what we're showing Hashem. Even though it's in the winter, even though it's in this place. Now of course I'm not talking about if it's freezing cold or, it's very hot. Of course not. If you can't, and you're not allowed. You're just talking about the time of the year. Showing Hashem doesn't have to be there. It could be anywhere. Doesn't matter. So that's about it for Sukkot. And then we have Hol Moed, of course. And then comes Shemini Atzeret, the mysterious Shemini Atzeret. I have a question for you. Why do we celebrate Shemini Atzeret? What happened on Shemini Atzeret? What event took place that we're celebrating Shemini Atzeret for? Shemini Atzeret doesn't seem to have a reason for being celebrated. How does the Torah describe Shemini Atzeret? Just says you cannot work on Shemini Atzeret, and it just talks about the sacrifices you have to bring. That's all it talks about. It doesn't say this is what happened on Shemini Atzeret. This is So exactly why are we celebrating Shemini Atzeret? What is this holiday? Why do we celebrate this? It really doesn't make sense to celebrate something that you don't even know why you're celebrating. So why are we celebrating it if there's really no reason for it? It doesn't say in the Torah, oh, this happened. No. What happened on this day that we're celebrating? That's Yom Tov. Why? Why is it so? And the answer is, we're not celebrating what happened in the past. It's not like, on Hanukkah, there was a miracle that the menorah stayed lit. It's not like that. We're not celebrating what happened. We're not celebrating that. We're really celebrating today. Let's say today was Shemini Atzeret. We're celebrating today. What does that mean? It means every Shemini Atzeret is like a new holiday. We're making a new holiday. Now, what does that mean? Okay, what even happened? What's so special? Why is this a new holiday? What's special about this? What happened that makes this a new holiday, so to speak? The name's the same. The timing we do is the same. They're off by a year. Every year is different. We don't look at the past of our Shemini Atzeret. That's not why we celebrate it. We celebrate it because of us today. Now, what does this mean? Okay, us today, yeah, we have a holiday, but what's even going on? What? The miracle happened? What happened? Why are we celebrating? The answer is that no miracle, nothing happened. So why is this a special day then? Nothing happened. It's not like some special day. So why are we celebrating Shemini Atzeret then? The answer is Hashem said so. But it's not just that Hashem said so. It's that when Hashem wanted to choose a day for us to get closer to Him. And He chose this day, Shemini Atzeret. But now, the question is, why? Why Shemini Atzeret? Why was it chosen on this day? Okay, the holiday is for us to get closer to him in a day that we can ask him whatever we want. Fine. And that's exactly why it's a good time. That's why it's a Yom Tov. But still, why? Why is it that we're celebrating? And why did Hashem just choose that day? We're celebrating on this day. Why? If I went to a guy who's having a wedding or something, they go to him and say, why do you make your wedding on this day? Let's say it was on Monday, Tuesday. Say, why did you choose this out of all the days? You could have chose Monday, Thursday, Wednesday. Why did you choose this day? That's how I feel like today's a good day, I'm in the mood for it today. Whatever reason they have. So it's probably because they really don't have a reason. But sometimes, maybe they're busy, they have to do this on this day. But let's say it's just because, they just felt like it's a good day. I just felt like today's a good day to pick. Special day today. That's exactly what Hashem did. Hashem said, this is the special day. Shemini said it. On this day, why? Because I feel today should be a good day. Today I want to give everyone an opportunity to come closer to me and ask for things that they need. And this is exactly what Shemini said it is. It's not because something happened in the past. It's not because it's not the day. It's not on that day because something happened on that day. It's because Hashem wanted us to have a day that we can get closer to Him, even though there's no reason for it. So that's why every single year, we don't look at the year before Shemini said it. Make believe that holiday didn't even exist. We look at the present Shemini said it. Because every year is different. It's like, even though it's called the same thing, and it's on the same day, it still doesn't matter, because every single Shemini said it, it's basically like a new holiday. No event happened that made this Shemini said it happen. It's a holiday that we benefit from. It's only we benefit. Not the previous generations. They didn't benefit from this holiday. Okay, yes they did. They benefited, but it's like we're the ones who's making the holiday. It's all because of us. It's not for us, so we're not gonna have this holiday. This is the whole purpose of Shemini said it. Always to come closer to Hashem. It's like a special day Hashem chose. And that's Shemini said it. That's what's special about it. Now finally, we have Simchat Torah. Coming Simchat Torah, the kids, they get the candy bags, we dance with the Torah, and that's Simchat Torah, that's what happens. Now, Simchat Torah and Simchat Torah, of course, the kids get the candy bags. And they're running, they're happy, they're excited. They go from shul to shul, taking every single candy, getting as much candy bags as they possibly can. And then, after a day, they finish after candy, whatever. Now, why do we give out candy? Why? And of course, the reason is because it's a happy time. We want to show it's a good time. We finished the Torah. That's why we celebrate Simchat Torah. We went from Bereshit all the way to וזאת, הברכה, the last parasha. And we finished every single one. So we're celebrating that we start over. So, in order to also get the kids involved, and give them something they like, candy, whatever. It's not a mistake that we're making on this, but it's really the kids' mistake. What are they doing wrong? They're just going and getting candy bags. It's not that they're running from shul to shul. That's not. Okay, maybe that's something a little bit wrong, but that's not what I'm trying to say. What do they think? What are they excited about when they're getting the candy bags? They're excited. Yay! I got the candy bags. Simchat Torah is not called Candy Bag Day for a reason, because that's not what we're celebrating. We're not celebrating, oh, we got candy bags, we got this, we got, extra special food or whatever. That's not how it works. We're celebrating we finished the Torah. Now, by the kids getting the candy bags, they're just excited about the candy bags. The rest of it, that's, no, whatever. And that's a big problem. Instead of being excited for, the actual finishing of the Torah, they finish, instead, they're celebrating over the candy bags. Now, here's how you fix that mistake. All you have to do is simple. Instead of not telling them anything, just letting them have candy bags. Just take it. At least let them know why they're getting the candy bags. Simple. And then they'll realize, oh, Simchat Torah, it's a good time. That's all you have to do, really. The kids listen, they understand. This is why we get candy bags. Even the kids, sometimes they wonder, why today we get candy bags? And it's because it's time we finish the Torah, we're celebrating. But they don't know that, so they're just celebrating about the candy. If they know it, then okay. But if they don't know it, Chas v'Shalom, they can grow up, and that's what they'll think the purpose of Simchat Torah is. Just for the candy, just for the food, or whatever it is. That's not the purpose of Simchat Torah. We dance with the Torah. We're celebrating that. Of course, it's good to always have, to make people happy, but at least you have to tell them why they're getting this. You don't just go to someone, you just go to a random guy in the streets. You give him a present. Why would you give him that? What's the purpose of that? You don't just give some random guy a present. You have to at least know why. You ask him why, he doesn't even tell you why. Or what is this? So that's exactly what we're talking about over here. You have to at least know why. Because they're gonna appreciate the wrong thing. And that's basically Simchat Torah. We just, we dance with the Torah, we celebrate, and whatever. And of course, you start over from Bereshit. Now, even though we're basically at Parashat Bereshit right now. Yes, we're on Parashat Bereshit. Simchat Torah already passed, so we're already done with וזאת, הברכה. As the little kids, everyone got an aliyah, even the little kids. And when they all went up to the Sefer Torah, some of them red, you know. And they're repeating the aliyah again and again till everyone got it. This is basically what happened. This is what happens on Simchat Torah. It's a celebration. How we celebrate, everyone gets an aliyah. That's Simchat Torah. Even though we're already at Bereshit, doesn't mean we can't talk about the previous parasha, וזאת הברכה. I know people will just say, oh, Parashat HaShavua, why not? Maybe it passed already, but it doesn't change the fact it's still Torah. And it doesn't mean you have to follow whatever this week's parasha is. That doesn't make any difference at all. So really there's nothing wrong with talking about וזאת הברכה. So, in Parashat וזאת הברכה, what are the first words of וזאת הברכה? וזאת הברכה, of course. What does וזאת הברכה mean? And this is the blessing, this is the ברכה. If you pay attention, וזאת הברכה and this ברכה, and this is the ברכה. What's this and over here? What does this mean? You don't just go over to someone and you say, oh, hi, and I went to this place. That doesn't make any sense. Of course, the Torah doesn't make such foolish mistakes. Even us, we wouldn't make such a, a common mistake. That's of course, it's obvious. So, what does this mean, this and? What's this and over here? This is the blessing, and this is the blessing. And the answer is, the Midrash says that, first of all, doesn't this, in וזאת הברכה, what it basically talks about is similar to another parasha. It talks about, what does this week's parasha talk about? Moshe Rabbeinu blessing the tribes. He's blessing, he's blessing all the, Shevatim. But somewhere else in the Torah, the same thing also happened. And that was with Yaakov Avinu when he was about to die too. He blessed 12 Shevatim. Now the Midrash says that this custom, that a big Chacham, when he's about to die, until Moshe Rabbeinu's time, this custom would pass on generation to generation, starting from Yaakov Avinu, and then he goes to his son, to this, to that, all the way down to Moshe Rabbeinu. They do this custom all the way until Moshe Rabbeinu, ended at Moshe Rabbeinu. Now, what does this have to do with anything? As applied, what does this have to do with anything? And the answer is that over here, we have to take a look with what this and means. What does and, where do you use the word and? And the first thing is, of course, it has to be more than one thing. You don't just say, and I went to this place and I did that. You say, I did this and I did that. I went to shul and I prayed. Okay, fine. You don't just say, and I went to shul. No, it doesn't work like that. There has to at least be two things or more. And another thing about the and is, it always comes out before the last, you're about to say the last thing. So let's say you say this, and this. Like, before the last thing you say and. So over here, וזאת הברכה, and this is the ברכה. From Yaakov, this, Yaakov, this, and Moshe Rabbeinu, and this is the ברכה. It ends with and. This is exactly why it starts with and. Now, that explains that. Now, if you continue, Asher berach Moshe ish Elokim, man of God. Now, ish Elokim, man of God. Moshe Rabbeinu never got this title before this moment. Before that, the Torah never called Moshe Rabbeinu, man of God. Why over here it calls him the man of God? All of a sudden, he's going to bless the 12 Shabbatim. Now he gets this title of man of God, Isha Elokim. Also, if you pay attention, for example, in Tehillim, or in Shabbat prayer, Shachrit, you say, Tefillah leMoshe Isha Elokim. You say the same thing. It also says it in Yehoshua. So, over here, why does it say Isha Elokim? Why not anywhere else? Why all of a sudden he gets this title? He did much better things. Why couldn't he just get it when Hashem first talked to him by the burning bush? Why not when he went he was leading everyone out of Mitzrayim? Why not? Why over here at the end of his life, all of a sudden Isha Elokim? What's going on over here? This can't, be for no reason. So to answer the question, you have to take a look at this. Let's say you're going to a rabbi, a big rabbi. You want to get a beracha from him. You ask him, you say, please rabbi, give me a beracha. I need this, and whatever. Rabbi, he prays for you. Yes, good. Now here's the question. Why did the rabbi even waste time just, he's a big rabbi. He could be doing something else, could be learning, he could be doing something. And instead he takes the time, give you a beracha. Why does he do that? Why is he, wasting his time? Either way, us compared to rabbis, we're not really anything compared to a rabbi, right? A rabbi is much on a higher level than us. So why would they waste time on us if we're losers compared to them? So, that's the question. Now, what's the answer? The answer is that the rabbi, he didn't do it. Even though he could have been learning right now, he went and he did something for someone else. And that's exactly what Hashem does. Now, what do I mean? I mean as follows. So, Hashem, what does he do? Hashem is almighty, of course. What are we compared to Hashem? Nothing. Why does Hashem even bother giving us blessings? You know what Hashem could be? He could just do this. He could be like, oh, I'm a big shy. He could become big shy, Oh, I'm much better than all you guys, What do I have to waste a second on you? You're losers. What are you compared to me? You're nothing, right? And that's true. That's all we are. But Hashem takes the time and blesses us. Why? Why does he do this? He doesn't have to do it. Yeah, there's other stuff to do. Why? Well, we're nothing special. And this teaches us a valuable lesson. The importance of making someone happy. Of doing something for someone else. Someone who needs help is in the streets, he's homeless, he needs money. You give him a couple dollars in the streets, you smile at him, you make him happy. He says thank you, whatever. It's not just something to be forgotten about. It's not like that. You don't know what you could have done with that money. What could have happened if you gave him money. Whether you already gave it to him, you should think, wow, something could happen. Maybe this guy, because of your money, he'll have enough money to do something, and then he'll start opening a business, and he makes money, and then when he becomes rich, and then he supports Yeshivot. And all that credit goes to you, also. It's all because you're the one who helped him. Without you, it would have not happened. So you might say, oh, okay, why do I have to waste time on some other people? I'm much better than this guy. The guy comes over to you and says, please help me, teach me Torah. I say, no, I'm learning, I'm sorry, I'm too busy. Make the guy feel upset, first of all. And second of all, if he becomes non-religious, it's all your fault. Why? You get the sins. Every time he makes a sin, it's your fault. Because you didn't accept that opportunity. While the opposite could have happened. If you accepted it. Just from one little thing, you could change your whole life. What can happen? You change someone's life by just one little action. Just saying yes or no changes someone's life. And that's something. It's very crazy stuff like that can happen. And it's not like it happens once in a billion years. It happens all the time. So it doesn't mean, oh, that means I don't have to help them. I don't have to do anything. I'm learning Torah. I'm already learning. I'm much better than them. You go to big shots. Big shots don't just show off. That's not all they do. They don't just go, oh, I have this, but I have that. That's not all they do. If they're big shots, they also think they're better than everyone else. And if they think they're better than everyone else, then everyone else compared to him, according to him, is nothing. They're losers. He's much better than them. So if you're a big shot, why would you have to waste a second on these guys? What's so good about them? Oh, these guys, come on. I'm much better than them. Why do I have to waste time on them? But if you take the time to help him, even though you can make such an excuse, much better than him, you still take the time to help someone out. You don't know what you're doing for the person. Even if you just do something so simple. For example, Simchat Torah just passed. When people were dancing with the Torah, in the shul, they removed basically all the chairs and the tables, everything, so they have room to dance. All there was is the Yechal, the Teva, and and the people. Now, when you come after once it's over. You're coming. Oh, now there's no chairs, no tables, no nothing. They're not set up. They don't know where they are. It's not like a shul. Oh, a second later after they're done, they're setting up a shul. It's not like the best shul, Like they don't have the best things, but at least they're shul. So what do they have to do? So he found some tables. This guy, I'd say. He could either just take one table for himself and learn. Everyone else who comes, where's the table? They won't find it. They leave. They don't know what to do. But instead, he could do something else. He takes out all the tables, puts them everywhere, and now, even though he just puts a table, simple table, every second they're learning, he gets the reward too. Why? Because without him, he wouldn't even be able to learn. What else would he do? He would just leave. So, really, you benefit a lot from it. And this is what it means to help other people. Someone needs, he needs to know the way. He doesn't know where to go. You show him the way, I mean, you're helping the guy out. You know, people always wonder, how do you get true happiness? What's happiness? How do you get happiness? What, having $1 billion is considered happiness? You have a lot of money, that's enjoyment? No. Why? Let's say I were to come to you. I give you $1. Wow. $1. Let's say you're a very poor guy, start off $1, wow. Then you're gonna get over it, you're gonna want $2 now. Then $4, $8. It's gonna go on until you want you're $1 billion already, you're already a billionaire. Now what do you want? Now you're not, you just want more and more. That's how Hashem made us. We want more and more. That's all we want. You know, once we have something, we're gonna want more of it. It's never gonna end until, you know, we're dead already. Then we're gonna realize we wasted our time. So, yeah, although this happens, these things don't make you happy at all. You just get more depressed. Go to the billionaires. Go ask them, oh, are you happy with your life with your $1 billion? They say no. Why? Why not? They say, I want $1 trillion. I want to become #1 in the world. They won't stop. Even if they are #1 in the world, they say they want to become #1 in history. Why? Because everyone always wants more. They're greedy for money, you know? Everyone has that. So you're not going to be happy with your life. So what's going to make you happy then? If that doesn't make you happy, what makes you happy? How can you make yourself happy? And the answer is helping people out. What does it do for you? If someone smiles at you, what happens right away? You smile back at him. Even if you try holding it in, it doesn't work. You always end up smiling. You try maybe looking away from him, but you always end up smiling. Why is that so? Why do you always smile? Smile, you smile back. Why? And the answer is, because when you see someone happy, it makes you happy too. You help someone. You show him where to go. You do this for him. You tell him when they're praying their next minyan, whatever. He says thank you. He's so grateful. He's happy. And then you become happy too. And that's the real happiness. If you really wanted to know how do you get true happiness, that's the real way. By helping people out. And besides, that's all. And Hesed's one of the 3 things that this world stands on. Sure, Torah also, but Hesed also. Why? If there was no Hesed, guess how many people would not even be religious today? Someone wouldn't spend the time to learn with someone. They make him feel bad. They make him depressed. Someone who does that, he's making himself even worse. He has more sins, and he knows what's gonna happen to him. This guy, you can't be with someone like him, because he's just gonna ruin everyone. You could be the biggest. You could learn 24/7. You learn. Oh, you're in yeshiva. You're learning so much, but you refuse to have a havruta, someone to learn with, someone else asks you for help, even though you learn all the time, still, you could also become some big sinner. You could become someone not so good. Why? Because that guy, every time he sins, it goes on your account. So now it's much more balanced than you think. It's not just a one-way scale, you know? That's what happens. to people. That's how they go off the derech, because of these things. And this is why it's so important. It's not just they benefit, we also benefit from it. Makes ourselves happy too. So why don't we do it? If we're greedy, why don't we just do both? Either way, the pleasure we call pleasure, happiness, money or whatever, or all, at the end of the day, we're just sad. It's not real happiness. Maybe for a short amount of time, but after that, you're complaining you don't have enough money. That's what happens. This same thing goes with Moshe Rabbeinu. You give blessings to them. He's the man of God. Why? He's doing stuff for others, even though he's on a much higher level. He could just say no to them. Say, no, you crazy? You're much worse than me. Why do I have to help you out? I'm much better than you. Go to someone else, not me. You could just say that. Why not? No, Moshe did not do that. He went, he blessed them, whatever. But now, we know that. What's the significance of being called Isha Elokim? Wow. If you go to a big shop and you tell them, oh, you're the man of God. You say, yeah, no, I'm not man of God. You say, I'm God. That's what these people think. Well, that's not the point. People, you go in and you say, you're man of God. They'll say, what? Since a regular person at least. You go, oh, come on, you serious? Who said I'm a man of God? What's so special? What? People go around telling, oh, hi, man of God. What's so special about being called man of God? The answer is that man of God means that whatever you say is so likely to come true. So Moshe Rabbeinu says, this guy is going to die. Most likely. Not 100%, of course, but such a high chance, especially because he's being called the man of God. And this is the significance of achieving such a level. Now, that's what it means by Isha Elokim, man of God. That's why he became man of God. It's because he took the time to help other people. And we should all learn from him. Moving on, skipping to the end of the parasha. All the way in the end, it speaks about Moshe Rabbeinu, his quality. It says, there was no one better than Moshe Rabbeinu. The Torah says, of course, we all know that Moshe Rabbeinu was the greatest prophet of all time. Now comes to the Gemara and says, Rabbi Akiva was the best. He was the greatest person of all time. Now what's going on over here? All of a sudden the Gemara is going against the Torah. The Torah says, oh, Moshe Rabbeinu is the greatest person of all time. Now comes the Gemara and says, oh, Rabbi Akiva, no. What? Why? What does this mean? What's going on over here? It can't be that the Gemara is saying such a thing, because the Gemara, the rabbis of the Gemara achieve such a level that they're able to bring people back to life from the dead. Hayat Amitim. It's not a level that we can achieve. So how could they say such a thing? It seems like they're going against the Torah. The answer is Moshe Rabbeinu was better than Rabbi Akiva in the amount of time that he was righteous. Rabbi Akiva, was he always righteous? No, he wasn't always religious. He didn't even know, he didn't know Aleph Bet until 40. Till he got taught it. Moshe Rabbeinu, from day one, he's already someone special. Moshe Rabbeinu is the biggest prophet when it comes to how long he stayed righteous. Yeah, that's exactly why. But it doesn't mean, oh, Moshe Rabbeinu, oh, he's not good. It's just how long he's righteous. Okay, someone's righteous from day one is Moshe Rabbeinu. It's not true. He achieved such a level, very high level. But he was always religious. But Rabbi Akiva, he didn't even know Aleph Bet until 40. And it's much harder to become religious when you don't know a thing. And you have to work much harder than Moshe Rabbeinu to become religious. And and he's also one of the very, very few people who lived to 120. Moshe and Rabbi Akiva, they both lived to 120. Yeah, so for basically the rest of his life, he just became someone so big, it's unbelievable. From someone so small to someone big, even though his life was 40 and he never knew a word of Torah. It's crazy how things could change so quickly. But it was hard for him, so that's why it was a much bigger of a test for him, because he's already used to all these other things, how he was taught or whatever. Now he has to change his whole lifestyle for the Torah. Now, when Rabbi Akiva died, he got reincarnated to the Ramchal. And how long did the Ramchal live? 40 years. He lived a short life. But why did he come back as Ramchal? To learn for those 40 years that he missed. So this means that he's basically coming and he's making he's always making he came back to do his to fulfill the rest of the 40 years that he missed out and he was ignorant. He didn't know the truth. And that way he can get the full reward of learning from day 1 to day 120. And that's why the Gemara says so. Now, the Torah says, when it comes to Moshe Rabbeinu, it says that he knew Moshe Rabbeinu knew Hashem panim el panim. It said he knew him face to face. What does that mean, face to face? Hashem's face, see Hashem's face? What does that mean? Well, we know we're not allowed to think of Hashem that he has a face. We're not allowed to. He doesn't have any human, features. He doesn't have eyes, doesn't have nose, doesn't have a face, he doesn't have a body. No, he has nothing. He doesn't have any of these things. We can't understand what he is, because we don't know we can't imagine him with a body. We're not allowed to. It's a sin. What does this mean, face to face? And the answer is that he could just talk to Hashem whenever he wanted, and as we know, he'd just say, "Oh, Hashem, hi." He said, "Yeah, what do you want?" It's simple. And that's why. Well, that was what Moshe Rabbeinu was unique about. Everyone else, you can't just go and say, "Oh, hello." Say no. He's not gonna get a right away answer. He's gonna just talk whenever he wanted. Sometimes they would get the response in dreams or whatever, these prophecies, but it was not like he could just have a normal conversation like he's just talking to someone. It's not that simple. And that was the level of Moshe Rabbeinu. So we see how you can change from one level to the other. You can change from the lowest guy, and you can become someone great. Even if it's the end, it's not too late. Even if you're 90 years old, let's say you were Mihalil Shabbat. You finally found out the truth. You never knew it. You say to yourself, oh, you know what? I realize the truth now. I'm going to start keeping Shabbat. I'm going to start pointing out the feeling. And that day he died. He didn't get to experience another Shabbat. Does he go to heaven or no? The answer is yes. Why? He didn't experience one Shabbat to do it yet. So how could this be? The answer is because he actually accepted upon himself to keep it. And once you start to do it, you want to do it, that's already considered as if you did it, even if you never did it once yet. This is the importance of becoming great, even if you don't think you could. Vezot Hashem, we'll start to take holidays seriously. We'll realize that always to do more hesed, help our friends, help our family, help shuls, donate, whatever. And Vezot Hashem, we can become Torah scholars and continue to grow in everything.